We're talking about Dirk coming now. I'm just thinking about Jeopardy with you, too. All right, Dirk Nowitzki wrapped up his future Hall of Fame career last night, doing what he has always done best, hitting jumpers. Dirk finished with 20 points, 10 rebounds, and even got emotional during the video tribute for him in San Antonio. Dirk won an NBA title, was league MVP, and leaves as the 6th highest scorer in league history. Shannon, how will you remember Dirk's career?
I believe he's the second greatest foreign-born player behind Hakeem Olajuwon. And he changed the way the game is played. Before Dirk Nowitzki, Skip, if you were 7 foot tall, you played on the block. He was the first 7-foot guy that says, you know what, I don't just have to exclusively play with my back to the basket. I can play. And he played mainly on the perimeter and behind the three-point line. He was that skilled. He had that step back, 1-foot shot, Skip, was unblockable, because he was already 7 foot tall and he was launching it at an apex of probably about 10 feet tall. So you weren't blocking that shot. And then he brought a guy that came along called Kevin Durant. And this is what Kevin Durant said. Dirk is a little bit more special to me when it comes to players that I admire, look up compared to some of the other guys. It was just a myth that being a 7-foot shooter. In my neighborhood, you heard about that being that tall and being a shooter. They're like, hell nah, we never seen anything like that before. That's what he did. And so Dirk, Skip, I think he's underappreciated because two things happened to him. Is that he was smack dab in the middle of Kobe Shaq run, and then here come LeBron. So it's kind of like these guys that played along with when Jordan's era. They were really, really good, but they were never the best. And so it goes unnoticed. It's kind of like we look at Drew Brees. He's the all-time leading passer. But what he had the misfortune, Skip, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And so Tom has 3 MVPs regular season, 6 Super Bowls. Peyton has 5 MVPs, 2 Super Bowls, gone to 4. And so Drew gets swept to the wayside. And unfortunately, I feel that's how we do it looking at Dirk. I don't know if we realize just how special he was, Skip. A 50-40-90. He could shoot 50% from the floor, 40% from the three-point line, 90% from the free throw line. So when you look at that, and a guy that skilled that could shoot the ball like that, coined the phrase, a stretch. 7 foot tall, Skip, you played center. And you weren't shooting no threes. You weren't roaming around the perimeter. Boy, get your butt down on the block and post up. But that wasn't who he was. And then now you get an even more skilled version of Dirk and Kevin Durant. So I'm afraid, Skip, as time passes on, we're not gonna remember Dirk in the capacity in which we should have because of the era in which he played, and now there's a more skilled version of him because he wasn't putting the ball on the floor, getting to the bucket like KD can and does. But the skill set to be able to shoot the ball from 3, to be able to shoot the ball in the mid-range game, he was it. He was it. He could do that.
I'm sorry, but I'm about to underappreciate Dirk.
Worried you were going to go there.
Yeah. I give you top 50 player. I give you longevity to play that long at a pretty high level is extraordinary.
Let's just say 17 years. The last folks kept
I know. The PER just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. But you offend me when you call him the second best foreign-born player because Manu Ginobili was the second best. I'm sorry, he just was. I'll take Manu any day or night up against Dirk because I saw him up against Dirk time and time again, and he will beat Dirk.
Did he bring Tim Duncan along with him, or did he leave Tony Parker at home?
Dirk had a
Did he
lot
bring Kawhi with him, or did he leave those guys at home?
You just don't get it. But I'm going to leave that be, and I'm going to stay on Dirk.
Okay.
If you look at the big picture playoff career, and I banked the playoffs, he wound up 69 and 76 in the postseason. Not bad, but not great. He wasn't a dominating player because look at the 2 finals. In the first finals against Dwayne, when Dwayne just took it over, in large part from the free throw line, but he took the finals over.
Yes.
And Pat Riley said in 06, Dwayne was the best player in the league, and he was in 06.
Okay.
That was kind of the height of Dwayne, and then his knees began to creak after that. But in that finals, Dirk did average 23, 11, and 3. Pretty good numbers, but he shot 39% from the field, which is not great, and 25% from 3 in those games,
right.
in the finals games. And then he did win MVP of the 2011 finals and put up big numbers, 26, 10, and 2. He never was a passer or assister. But I got to tell you, in 2011, he owes LeBron for that one because LeBron just handed it to him because they were in command up 2-1, and then we know what happened. LeBron just couldn't handle the spotlight. It was going to be his breakthrough. And for whatever reasons, game 4, 5, and 6, LeBron melted down. And I feel like Dirk won that by default. He won MVP and they won the championship.
You do realize in order for Dirk and them to get to where they got, they swept the 2-time defending champ, LA Lakers.
They did.
With one Kobe Bryant, who they said at the time was the best player.
Yeah.
Paul Gasol, Andrew Bynum, Derek Fisher, Lamar Odom. They swept them.
Okay.
And that goes unnoticed.
So help me out. Dirk made how many all-defensive teams?
Man, Dirk
how about
ain't no-
zero?
Skip,
How about zero? Because he just didn't play defense.
No,
that wasn't his thing.
No.
He averaged for his career 2 assists a
Can't do it
game.
all.
2 assists a game.
Yes.
So he didn't defend and he did not share.
Okay.
Okay. But he averaged 21 points and 8 rebounds. So I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you top 50. But when you talk about impact on the scoreboard, not so much because for the last 5 years, they didn't even make the playoffs. 6 of the last 8 years, they didn't make the
Right.
playoffs because he was fading. But I don't ever think he was that guy. Just to me, what he was made of. And again, I rooted against him many nights
I bet
because
you
San
did.
Antonio
So
and
true.
Dallas were big rivals, and it went back and forth and back and forth. But mostly it was Spurs over Mavericks. And in the end, I'm sorry, he just wasn't that guy. I can't put him in the same breath as you talk about him like he's an all-timer, all-time great.
You top 50 player.
Okay, I'll give you top 50. But
And
I
he's
don't know,
in
is
front
he
of
in the-
Manu.
Is he
And
like?
he's in front of
is he
Manu.
like 48th or?
He's in front of
okay.
Manu.
He's not in front of Manu.
Manu Raju, Manu Ginobili, or anybody else named Manu.
At the end of a game, I want the ball in Manu's hands because great things are going to happen. And in the end, the guts and the driver of the Spurs.
Didn't Manu miss a free throw in that Miami series? Did he miss one of those?
Okay.
Are you sure you
Played a
want
long time.
Hold on. Whoa. Wait a second now.
Do you want to go back and look at how many times Manu beat Dirk?
Skip,
Whew.
I just want to ask you a simple question. Are you sure? Because you say, what if they fouled him?
You
and
know
sent
who
him to
missed
free
the
throw?
biggest free throw down the stretch of Game 6? It was number 2 in Toronto. That guy. He was just a little kid. then.
Yeah, a little baby. Like
Just
he a baby.
Little baby.
I want the ball in Dirk's hand
Yeah.
because if you foul him, he 90%.
Well, in
Those
that,
were
in
buckets.
that game, I wanted the ball in LeBron's hands because he had 3 turnovers in the last 3 minutes, all of them unforced error, uncharacteristic. What are you doing, LeBron?
They're scoring 16.
And then
I'm scoring 16. We down 10.
then I wanted the ball in LeBron's hand, let him take that last shot to tie. And what did he do? He LeBricked it.
Okay, what happened?
He LeBricked
What happened in
it.
overtime? Who had the ball in their hands in overtime,
My
Skip?
team was shot in the heart by Ray Allen.
What you mean?
Shot in the heart.
Oh, so
They bled out in
last year.
overtime. They bled out. They were just on the floor.
That's what
bleeding.
happened to LeBron.
Yeah.
He was shot in the heart by JR.
You realize that
Who? JR.
Do you
Now who
realize-
shot? You remember that?
at the end of regulation, they cordoned off the court,
Yes.
ready for the trophy presentation to my
Yes.
teams, my Spurs.
Ooh.
This was it. It's over.
And my son he running upstairs. Yeah, he poking fun. But guess what?
Oh, so that's where your
So I
your
read that.
bitterness comes from. Your son was a Spurs
Oh yeah.
fan.
Oh yeah.
Aha.
No.
Now we got the source of your bitterness.
He's not a Spurs fan. He's an anti-LeBron fan.
Oh.
So he rooted for the the Celtics, the Nets, anybody that was in Chicago, anybody that's going up against LeBron. But guess what? I ran out upstairs to the basement, started jumping on the bed. I broke the bed down. Daddy, you broke my bed. No, it's my bed. I bought this, son. Don't worry about it. But anyway.
So your son was enlightened.
No, he wasn't.
He got it from the start.
You ought to sort of look on his face.
Huh.
You ought to sort of look at the face when Ray hit that shot. I said, it's over for y'all. Y'all not winning the championship. It's over. And then Game 7, who took that thing over, Skip?
LeBron James did. I give you that. He was playing against 5 cadavers.
You know what? Don't do
Five.
this. Don't do this.
Five.
5
But-
cadavers.
Skip, you do realize Dirk is only a handful of players that got 30,000 career points. You do
Okay,
realize that.
I got that. And listen, when I was rooting against him, that step back rainbow was or the one-legged, you know, it was just like, you can't stop that.
Everybody shoot it.
Okay?
KD shoots that shot now. You know who else shoots that shot?
Okay, who do you want, KD or Dirk? I'm taking KD any day or night. Well, seriously.
But that's
seriously.
That's my point, is that he's going to give it even push further back because KD is 7 foot and even more skilled than Dirk.
He is even
more
more
scoring
skilled.
titles, MVP,
He gets to
finals.
the rim better.
Yes, yes.
He defends better.
Yes.
He passes better.
But before, let me ask you a question. Before Dirk, name the 7-footer that could do what he could.
He revolutionized. I'll give you that. You know?
So that's worth something, ain't it? I'm sure there are smarter people than Albert Einstein. But when we go back to the genius and who we think of, Skip. So when we think of a
I'm not sure there is anybody smarter than
you look at you look at O'Shea Sharp.
Huh? Smarter than Einstein?
man.
Did we just get I'm smarter than Albert
Really
Einstein?
confident today.
Hold on. In my field. Now, when it comes to mathematics and all that stuff,
Do you understand E equals MC squared? Do you know what that means? Who created that?
He can read all that. But there's knowledge up here.
We don't need any math on the show.
Just
'cause
run
I'll
that. I
be
just run them down.
Really
like
out
that.
of luck.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, either way.
I go back from 1973. All the Heisman Trophy winners coming forward. All the national champions in basketball coming forward. Skip, I got that knowledge like that, Skip.
We're going to say
Once it go up in the computer?
it's there.
Oh, yeah. Once it go, it locked in.
Okay. Congrats to Dirk.
notice.
Can we just
Congrats.
end on that?
Congrats, Dirk.
He did
Way
a
to go.
lot in the
Hating.
community
I'm not-
as well.
That's
Truth
Spurs
telling.
hate.
He said, I left Germany 20 years ago. I became a Texan.
He
and that
did.
is how he will be remembered as
Excellent.
well. We're going to talk about the future because Nick Bo